The cannabis real estate and business brokerage market has seen some drastic changes over the last few years. Early on, the premium for cannabis real estate was in some cases as high as 3% of market. But that is not the case anymore. And the reason that it was that high before was kind of a supply and demand issue. There were very few green zones, cities that would allow cannabis to apply. And in those green zones, they were limited. There are certain buffers that are in place, and it's not the entire zone, the entire zoning district that would be allowed for cannabis to begin with. And of those properties that are lucky enough to be in the zone, not all the property owners were willing to cooperate. So it created a real supply and demand issue. There was a lot of folks that wanted to apply and not a lot of properties that were willing to comply. But as the years have progressed, as different real estate owners and investors have realized that, hey, the sky's not falling as a result of cannabis legalization, we're seeing more and more cities come on board. We're seeing more and more property owners that are in those designated green zones saying, hey, I want to get on this train too. I want to make that money. I want to make that premium rent. I want to sell my property at a premium price. But in reality, what's happening is the supply and demand is starting to equal out. So instead of seeing prices at 150, 200, 300% of market value, we're starting to really see it bake down to a more manageable premium. In most cases, we're seeing 15, 20, maybe 30% over market. And there are other ways that deals can get done even under that. But the fact of the matter is the market is changing and the industry is going to be all the stronger for it. On the business brokerage side, we're starting to see deals get done at a quicker pace because buyers and sellers are really starting to understand what the true value of these businesses are. And that was kind of a question mark for a while. How do we value this business? There's no history here. There's no background on selling these types of businesses or these assets, if they're operational or not operational. And now we're really starting to see more agreement between buyers and sellers as it relates to the true value of these businesses, because we have historical financials to weigh and because there's a real understanding on how to evaluate a cannabis business.